Hi, welcome to Birmingham Yoga. My name is Akasha and this is Maggie. Today we're going to actually discuss and practice a few Hana Somatics. This is a wonderful technique for alleviating lower back pain or any kind of muscle pain that you're feeling that's chronic or may have been due to some kind of trauma or even habitual patterns where you're holding a purse on a shoulder or you're sitting at a computer for long periods of time. So these will help, these exercises will help you redevelop the movement that you need to make it more free and more comfortable for you. Just to give you a little background, some of you may not know what Hana Somatics is, or Hana Somatics is. This was developed by Thomas Hanna and Eleanor. It's derived from Feldenkrais, and Moshe Feldenkrais, who taught in the 50s and 60s, is who Thomas Hanna and Eleanor studied with. I've had the honor and blessing to actually study with Eleanor. I got into this because I had some low back issues. I had had some surgery on my knee, and I was looking for a system that would help kind of re-educate my muscles on the best way to move efficiently and with comfort, without discomfort. One of the key things that we discuss in Hana Somatics is motor amnesia. So when you have created a pattern that through stress or trauma causes your body to tense up, you may hold that pattern. If you got into an accident or something and your body was pushed forward like this, they might call it whiplash, your muscles may freeze into a contracted state to hold you from moving out of that so you don't feel pain. And then that memory may get stuck. So one of the things we do in Hana Somatics is to re-educate the muscles through a brain signal. Basically, you will send, the senses will come from the muscles to the brain, from the brain back to the muscles. So we're re-educating the muscles to show them where they are contracted. And this will begin to ease up the stress in that area of your body and allow you to move more freely and efficiently. The first set of exercises we want to work with is for the extensor muscles. And a lot of people have low back pain. So we're going to demonstrate, I think, maybe 4 or 5 moves today. And we'll start by actually asking Maggie, if she would, to come sitting down on her back with her knees bent. Yeah, and we're going to call this first exercise arch and flatten. But before we actually do this, I want you just to lie here on your back flat. And for this, maybe next 3-4 breaths, Maggie, just sense how your body lies on the floor. How your head rests down. Maybe sense how your shoulders feel. How your hips feel. And if there's like I'd say an arch that's in your lower back, if it's just natural, or is there an arch that's just a little bit higher? Does it feel stressed under there? Good. So just keep memory of that. And now the first exercise we're going to ask you to do is an arch. So we're going to inhale gently. So this is inhaling, and then we exhale and we allow the back to flatten a little bit towards the floor. So we'll inhale, and the tailbone kind of presses down into the floor, and then we exhale, and the tailbone will begin to direct up towards the sky. And if you'll notice, Maggie's going at a really nice speed. It's a full, deep inhalation, slow movement, and then an exhale. There's a slight contraction in the abdominal. And as you get more efficient at this, or comfortable with it, the amount of arch can deepen. And if some of you feel any tense or pain in that movement, make sure the arch is less. You can shorten the arch. You don't have to make it as deep. Maggie seems pretty comfortable with it. She's having a really deep arch and a flat back. But you can always reduce that movement if you need to. Maybe do that 2 or 3 more times. Beautiful. And one more time, inhaling. And exhale. Good, and now just lie there for a moment. Take a breath or 2. So it's really important when we're doing Hana Somatics to actually take time to sense how the body is receiving this movement and this input from the brain to the muscles, and to see how the muscles then lie on the floor or in the position you were just in, how they're different. They may be a little bit different. They may be more full, more relaxed. Just becoming aware of that. So the next movement we're going to ask you to do, Maggie, if you could, is come onto your stomach and lay on your tummy here. Yeah. So you can choose which side you'd like to bring your hand up towards your head. Yeah, and let it place down. Good. So what Maggie's done here is her left arm has come up. She's looking towards her left elbow, and she's resting her cheek on the back side of her hand, on her left hand. Her right arm is down by her side. So the first move we're going to ask Maggie, if you would, is just lift your elbow. Inhaling in, just your elbow. Yeah, and then back down, exhale. And lift the elbow again. And slowly back down. And one more time, inhale, lift the elbow. Good, and back down. And let the elbow rest there for a moment. Now just lift your head and look over your left shoulder. Just your head, good. And come back down. And you can apply the breath with it. You can inhale as you lift, and then exhale as you come down. Try one more time. Good. And when you come down each time, give it a little pause there, let the body relax, take maybe a breath. In this next movement, we'll ask Maggie to lift, if you would, lift your elbow, head, and your shoulder a little bit up as you come up. Beautiful. And exhale back down. So the hand, the elbow, and the elbow, and the cheek of the head, and the face come up with it. So inhaling, rise. Nice. Exhaling. And you can go a little slower if you wish. You can coming up, and how far you come up is up to your comfort level. Let yourself come back down. Very nice. So we'll add one more component to this. I'm going to ask you to lift your opposite leg. So in this case, if Maggie's elbow has been on the left, we're going to ask, if you would, to lift your right leg. So go ahead and just lift your right leg for a moment. And back down. Go ahead and lift the right leg. And back down. And one more time, lift the right leg. And back down. Very nice. And we're going to combine these movements together. So we'll lift our head, cheek, elbow, and right leg. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And each time allow the body just to relax, kind of melt into the floor. And then this last round, inhale. And exhale. Take a deep breath. And exhale. Again, sense how the body feels. And we'll switch, so if you would, bring your right hand up to meet your left. And then bring your left hand down by your side. You can turn your cheek to face this way. So we'll do the same sequence on this side. So to begin with, just lift your elbow. And your head stays down, and then back down. And lift the elbow again, maybe 2 more times at your own pace. Become aware of how the shoulder and the elbow have to move in order to do this. So now we'll lift the elbow, lift up the head. So coming up with just the head, leave the elbow down, looking up, and coming back down. And again, lifting up with the head, looking maybe over the shoulder, and back down. And the movement Maggie is doing is wonderful. Inhaling, coming up, it's nice and smooth, slow. You can go as slow as you wish. So now we'll combine the head and the elbow and hand together as we lift. Very nice. And again. And one more time. And now just lift your left leg. And back down. And sense how the lower back muscles on the right and left side have to work together. So lift that left leg again. Exhale. You only have to lift a couple inches. And Maggie's lifting, she has the flexibility and strength. She's lifting higher. Some of you may only lift maybe 3, 4, 5 inches, 6 inches. Come back down. And on this next movement, we'll link both the leg and the arm together as we come up. Inhaling and then exhaling, come down. And the muscles will draw down. You'll feel in the shoulders drawing back. And as you stabilize on the right side, to lift the left leg. Good. One last time. And exhale. Very nice. And now bring both hands up towards your head and let your forehead just rest down on the top of your hands. So this will be our third position, third move. So Maggie, inhale, lift the head and heart. Exhale and come back down with the forehead resting down on the hands. Inhaling, rising up. Exhale. And inhale and rise up. Exhale. I'm a little jealous right now when I do this too. So now just lift maybe your right leg. Let your head rest down. Inhaling. Exhale. And 2 more times. Inhaling. We'll use 3 as kind of our magic number. You could do more, but 3 should be enough. And you're looking to see if you can allow the movement to be smooth as you come up, and then very gently and slowly sensing how the body and the leg in this case can drop slowly back down towards the floor. Good, and now we'll do the opposite leg. Again, 2 more times. Very nice. And the last little part of this is we'll lift the head with the right leg. As you inhale, lift up. And exhale. And we'll inhale and lift again for 2 more times on the right. And when you're at home, if you're doing this at home or you're learning how to do these exercises, again, you could slow it down a little bit. You can now bring the left leg up with the head and heart. Inhaling. And exhale. And inhale. And we'll go ahead and complete the last move on the left side. Inhaling. And exhale. And let's bring maybe both feet, toes towards each other. And go ahead and inhale just one time, both legs and head and heart. With the hands staying down. Good. And exhale, come back down. Very nice. And so you'll pause here. We're doing the video, so we're moving a little bit at a faster pace here, but you could stay here for a moment and breathe naturally. Just feel how does the body feel right now?
Great. Very relaxed.
Very relaxed, yeah, okay. So in that mindset, let's go ahead and roll back to our backside. And if you would, bend your knees. And we'll conclude with one final exercise that works a little bit of the flexor muscles in the front and the extensor muscles. So that whole sequence we just did was for the back muscles, the extensor muscles. So that's a really good sequence to help you with lower back issues. So in this last exercise, we're going to bring our hands back behind our ear and head, interlace the fingers. If this bothers you to interlace, you don't have to bring the hands here. You can just have them by your side, like that maybe. Okay? Now, hands interlaced here. Go ahead, begin with an arch position. So that your tailbone will move down towards the floor. Exhale, flatten. And we'll add this little extra part to it. So we're going to curl gently up. Elbows will come in towards each other, helping contract the pectoral. And then inhale, slowly coming back down. Very smooth. That's beautiful. Exhaling. Inhale, arch. And then exhale, flatten and curl up. And inhale, arching down. Some of you may want to actually take a whole breath in between each movement. In Maggie's case, she's just flowing with it. This is really great here this way. Or you can, like we said, you can allow yourself to take a full breath in between each movement, each arch, flatten, and curl. And you would do anywhere 5 to 20 on this one. Good. So that concludes our first Hana Somatic exercise for your lower back. We thank you very much for joining us. Thank you, Maggie, for being our model today. Have a good day.